If you're receiving this transmission, you are the resistance, declaring war on the New World Order. TruthRadioShow.com. Hey folks, Dan Bidondi here for TruthRadioShow.com, and I want to talk about a special report here, debunking the mythic origin of the Second Amendment by a man named Jonathan Jacobs, the New Leaders Council, Rhode Island. Anyway, Jacobs here is an educator for the state of Rhode Island, Department of Labor Training, and also government relations political campaign consultant. So anyway, whatever the hell he is, all right, he's trying to say he's debunking the mythic origin of the Second Amendment. So basically, for the last 200 years, okay, the way the Second Amendment's been for self-defense and, mainly to protect us from our own government and criminals and whatever else, it's been this way for hundreds of years. But he seems to think we all got it wrong. You know what I mean? And just another progressive moron, dipwad, okay, that's now trying to say we got it wrong. And he brings up court cases, whatever the hell. Then the thing is, he's adding, okay, racism into it. In other words, like slavery in it. He's mentioned slavery, so trying to spin it off as a Second Amendment, as some kind of a racist thing, a slave-supporting thing, whatever the case. And I only knew it was a matter of time before one of these progressive morons, okay, somehow linked the Second Amendment to call it racist, to do it slavery or whatever else. So anyway, it goes on and it's ridiculous. It's a 4-page article and just goes on and on about how he thinks the Second Amendment is. Even though it's been the way it is for 200 years, but him and a bunch of people like him, we deal at the State House. And Mr. Jacobs, I'm a Second Amendment advocate, gun rights advocate, here in the state of Rhode Island. And in case you don't really know who I am, you're living under a rock. I'm one of the lead people that go to the State House and fight against people like you pushing draconian gun control laws. And I make my voice heard very well, okay? So while you're sitting there trying to be all tidied up in your little picture there, ooh, look at me with a bunch of encyclopedias that I can't even read behind me, because obviously you don't know history. You know, so you're sitting there and try to tidy you up to people. Oh, I got this and that. Look at all my credentials, and you sit there and you do not know the Second Amendment. You don't know history of it. You bring things up that have nothing to do with it, trying to link slavery into it. So later on, you can use that as a spinoff to try to get people to say, you know what, it's a slavery thing, whatever the case, whatever nutbag issue you want to put into people's heads. That's how you people work, okay? And so you go on, all right, and this is how you leave off here. And this really aggravates me. He says, Jacob here says, we are now living in an unusual era. One in which unsuspecting citizens can be gunned down as they shop, watch movies, go to school, go out to concerts, clubs, and head to work every day. Thus, unusual time and place of America of Heller's unusual approach. Progressives should rise up, like you soy boys have any might to even rise up. But progressives should rise up and shed light on this distorted history of our unusual circumstances. And the fight for our future, less fearsome than our past and more hopeful than our present. Oh, what a touching little finish up on your article, idiot. All right, let me explain something to you, moron, okay? The only reason why people, unsuspected citizens, okay, get gunned down in movie theaters, schools, and everything else, because of ass clowns like you who advocate and push gun control. So those people who got gunned down in those movie theaters or schools and everything else is because of people, pansy asses like you. Okay, you push these draconian gun laws where it creates what? Thus creating gun-free zones where people like myself, law-abiding citizens, are not allowed to bring our firearms in because we're restricted from our Second Amendment rights because of people like you. Meanwhile, in your fantasy world, thinking creating a gun-free zone is going to keep criminals out of the place. No, They come in free reign because they know, hey, gun-free zone, hell yeah. There's nobody in there to stop me. I'm going up and mowing everybody down. There's not a person that's going to stop me either. But yeah, oh yeah, those work all right. How many mass shootings and gun-free zones are all successful? All of them. Because there's not one person, not one good person in that place who has a weapon to stop them. And you got to hope and pray that the police get there on time. You moron. And you're sitting there, oh yeah, tightening up, us progressives need to rise up. You soy boy pansies couldn't even rise up out of your own diapers, okay? And I would love, okay, Mr. Jacobs, I live in Rhode Island too, okay? I would love, oh man, I would love that. I would love to see you, if you personally, okay, you could come to my house, take my guns, okay, I'll give them to you. And if you think you're going to disarm the American people, you and your pansy progressives, okay, and you want to try to pull that red flag bullshit or whatever the hell you want to push, okay, it's not going to work because we've got about 90 million Americans, okay, are totally fed up with scumbags like you, all right? You dare to put the American flag on your article. You're a disgrace to this flag, this country, and the Constitution. If you or any of you scumbags have the balls, the nerve to come onto our homes to try to disarm us, bring it on. And you want to talk about history? Why don't you go read what happened in 1776? Because that's exactly what's going to happen again if anyone, you don't have a military or police force big enough to come disarm us. The intent of the Second Amendment, the main reason, is to prevent a tyrannical government takeover. That's what it was written for. Not for duck hunting or just to keep it in your home and that's it. No, and it was a law here in Rhode Island, if you know your history right, that every man had to have their firearm at all times. The Minutemen, okay? So do your history, all right? So don't sit there and talk like you're all tidied up and progressives need to rise up, okay? You need to rise up and get the hell out of my country. That's what you need to do, okay? You want gun control, go to North Korea, go to China, go to Czechoslovakia, wherever you want to go. They got nice gun laws over there that don't work. That's why the citizens are slaves, basically. Okay, gun control, massive loss of lives, all through history. Hundreds of millions of people died because of gun control in the 1900s alone. Or losing massive civil liberties. All right, so we are not slaves here in America, okay? Over my dead body, over the dead bodies of millions of Americans, all right, and I speak for them, okay, that you or anybody else, I don't care if you're city, state, federal, United Nations, whatever the hell, over our dead bodies, will any of you come to take our guns? You're not going to push no assault weapons ban. We'll shove it right up your asses, okay? You're not going to push no high-capacity magazines ban. You're not pushing nothing, okay? The Second Amendment's here to stay. It's been like this for 200-plus years, and it's going to be like this for another 200-plus years. Plain and simple. And our founding fathers warned us about people like you, okay? Every generation needs a revolution because when you come try to disarm us, okay, we're not going to be the slaves, okay, the slaves to tyranny, all right? We're not just slaves. We're not going to be licking your boots, okay? We are going to defend ourselves any which way possible, and it is our duty to uphold, and I took an oath on the Constitution, to uphold it and defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic, okay, against people like you. So if you think you have the gall and the balls to come disarm us, come and try it, scumbag. 1776 will begin again. So you can do what you want, run this however you want, spit enough as you want. I'm going to sit here and defend my rights and the rights of every other American citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't do any harm to anybody. And because of people like you is why people die. Because you restrict people like us from defending the innocent and weak. Not no more things going to change in the state. We're taking action here, and that's why we've been holding back your gun control for about 7 years now here in the state of Rhode Island. And this country is rising up. Speaking of rising up, patriots are rising up. They're sick of the crap, and we're not going to tolerate the gun control. We don't care if the Supreme Court says we're going to restrict firearms. We don't care if all three branches of government say that. If that happens, then we're going to eliminate all three branches of government and reestablish a new one, just like the Declaration of Independence says. So don't sit there and tell us that what we can and can't own or what you think the Second Amendment says, okay? And if you think I'm aggressive, you don't have no idea what the Founding Fathers would do to your scrawny ass. So don't sit there and try to dictate things that you don't know what the hell you are talking about, you pencil neck geek, okay? And if you got a problem with me, I'm right here in Rhode Island, come settle it. Plain and simple. We're sick of your crap and we're not going to take it no more. So you and all your people can take your gun control, and excuse my language, Take it, shine up nice and shiny, stick it sideways and shove it right up your candy asses. Plain and simple. Second Amendment is here to stay. Dan Bidondi, TruthRadioShow.com, defending the Second Amendment, 2A strong, Rhode Island. Declaring war on the New World Order, TruthRadioShow.com.